Let's solve another problem where we have a variable in the exponent position, but we also have that entire power right here being multiplied by something else. When trying to solve for a variable, or for any x anywhere, you want to isolate it. So we need to isolate this entire power, and the way to do it is to get rid of that 5. And we're going to do that by dividing both sides of this equation by 5. So we're going to get 9 to the 2x, and that is going to equal 400 divided by 5. And luckily for us, that works out beautifully to equal 80. So what we're really looking at is 9 to the 2x is equal to 80. If you want to free a variable, this variable here needs to roll down to be in front of the 9. So we're going to take the log of both sides. When we do that, it frees our variable exponent and allows it to move down to the front. So I'm going to copy this whole line, and we're going to get rid of our 2x and roll it to the front. Now, all you have to do to get the x by itself is we're going to divide both sides by this log of 9. Now remember, when you divide both sides by log of 9, when you go to enter this in your calculator, you need to be very, very careful and make sure that you close these parentheses. If you don't, it's going to be taking the log of whatever 80 divided by 9 is, rather than the log of 80 and then the log of 9. When you put this into your calculator, we're going to get something like 1.9943 ... Now this should make some sense, because take a look back at this line here, just where we're going to have 9 to the 2x is equal to 80. Well, 9 squared is like 81, so this should come out to be about 2. And when we divide it, we're going to get an answer that's about 1. So what you're going to do in the very end is we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to divide both sides by 2. Make sure to use this as your answer. Don't just round it off. Use the entire answer that you have in your calculator. And so x comes out to be about 0.9971. And you're going to round it to whatever decimal place it asks you to. We're going to try one more example just for you to try on your own, and we're going to see how well you do. Here's one more practice problem. I'm going to get you started and give you a little tip in case you don't feel like stowing your number in the calculator. Again, we have a variable in the exponent position. We need to isolate this entire power here. So I am going to divide both sides of the equation by 500. And that's going to get us 7 to the x is going to equal 500 over 1.2. Now that comes out to be 416.6 repeating. Since we have a decimal that does not terminate, one of the things you could do is, instead of using the 416.6, we can just leave this in our calculator. Or not in our calculator, we'll wait for it. And now we're going to take the log of both sides. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure that this gets done. So the parentheses won't really happen until after the 1.2. Now when you divide both sides by log 7, you can either do it this way and then hit the division symbol after you hit this parentheses, or you can do log 500 divided by 1.2, enter, and then do log 7. Finish it up, and in 5 seconds, the answer will be revealed. And we get that x is approximately 3.0999, and just on forever. Try a few of the practice problems if you're worried about how these work out.